Oh, good afternoon, everybody. This is Sharon Weller coming live from Perth, Australia. Hi, Joe. And you're trying to do 10 things at once, okay? And then you just realize that the broadcast isn't gone live. So what do? You're sitting there talking to yourself, and I've done that many times in my live broadcasts. Very sorry, but I'm just going to turn my mobile down. Okay. And the second thing that I'm really sorry about is I've got construction going on next door. They're building something like 70 houses. So all day today, the internet has been very, now I have it, now I don't, now I have it, now I don't. And right now I have some of it, which means I can get into some of my pages, but I cannot get into the blog. And today I promised we were going to do part 2 of migration. So I can't. And I had to quickly change my topic that I was going to speak to you about. And since I couldn't get into the blog whatsoever, I couldn't pick a random topic. So I'm going to talk to you about the cruise, since I can get into Kringle's cash back office. What a blow. I was all prepared for that too. We're going to do a random show today. Let's see how it goes. Now, this is this trip that every member has been so hyped up about. I am too. I am really, really hyped up about the trip. But it's like this was the icing on the cake for each member. Okay. To meet our other fellow TBC members, no matter where they live in the world, it doesn't matter. We stay in contact with each other through our live, through these kind of broadcasts, through live sessions that we each go in and support each other. And that's a really good thing, because even us as broadcasters, sometimes we need that little bit of pick-me-up by another broadcaster, another team member. And just knowing that they are there to support us, that's a big ups for everybody, you know. So, like I said, this topic, and I had no choice to change it at the last minute, we're going to talk about the cruise. Okay. Now, if you've been cruising, you'll know all what it's like to go on those big flash boats. And you'll know what it's like to have a choice of whatever food that's free of your choice, what to wear, and just to relax on the boat, and the different rooms that you book. Okay. And believe me, I am yet to experience that, because I have never been on a boat other than a dinghy. You know, those little tin can dinghies? Yep, one of those. With the oars, and me and one other person can fit in it. So that is what I have been in. And come to think of it, my gosh, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been in a dinghy. But I tell you what, the nearest I got to a cruise boat was in Fremantle in Perth, okay, where the captain cook Ferry goes from Freo over to Rottnest Island. That's the closest I've got to a big boat. We do have cruises in and around Circular Quay. That's our Darling Harbour, like Sydney has a Darling Harbour. Auckland, New Zealand has the Auckland Harbour. Perth has QE2, which is Queen Elizabeth. Okay, so it goes from one wharf to the other wharf in a straight line. It's pretty though. And if you're up in Kings Park looking down, it's really pretty. So last minute topic, we're going to do the cruise. We're going to talk about the cruise. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, and I have to apologize to you because yesterday I said before we started that I wouldn't become too passionate and my voice wasn't going to get too loud. Well, I lied, because when I talk about TBC, my voice tends to get louder and I get too passionate. But today, I promised to tone it right down. I don't know how long that's going to last, but we'll see how we go. I just want to say a big hello to Jules Ann. Hi, Jules, Stephen Coffey. How are you? Hope you've had a wonderful day today. And TBC Doctor and Joe Stevens, hello there. So let's share my screen. Every day I do this, and every day without fail, I stuff it up. There we go. We got all those. And then I'm going to click down here. And we're going to go to, there we go. Now, the cruise. Right. So this is our, what would you call it? This was the cruise that was going to, the first 50 members who booked and paid for this cruise, okay, it doesn't matter what room you booked, that meant that TBC was going to book the rest of the boat. Well, that was the idea. And this was going to be like all the hard work that you do throughout when you start and you pick up the mantle and you run with it and you elevate yourself to a leader, okay? This was like a little bonus at the end of it. It was going to be, it's going to be, not it was, but it is our meet and greet, our let's get together and with other TBC members. So, Western Caribbean 7-night on Adventure of the Seas. Now, I have seen this boat up close and personal on the docks, and it is a pretty big boat. So when you click on that link, it takes you straight into the cruise details. And in particular, what the itinerary is all about. Like over here, it's a 7-night Adventures of the Seas, Western Caribbean. I haven't even been to the Caribbean, and I didn't know there was a west or south. So anything west is going to be an awesome trip. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is in the United States, Falmouth, Jamaica, Georgetown, Grand Canyon, Puerto Rico, Costa Maya, Mexico, Cozumel, Mexico, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, United States. Okay, that's where you start at Fort Lauderdale and you end there. I mean, doesn't that sound so, I'm not going to say the word sexy, but pretty close to it. And this is the area here, the Gulf of Mexico. So this is where you start and end. Fort Lauderdale. Oh, that's Miami. No, that's Florida. Port-au-Prince, Now, these places I usually read about, okay? Never been there. I just read about them. I could be looking at some random encyclopedia or book, or it's got to be a book that would get my view over this area, the Gulf of Mexico here. But oh my gosh, now, okay, all right, stop there, slow down, Sharon. Now, what do we have available offers? We have a deluxe drinks package and onboard Wi-Fi. Well, I don't know what is a plus onboard Wi-Fi. So if you click into the extra package, it tells you, okay, one deluxe drinks package plus onboard Wi-Fi. Now here you enjoy a deluxe drinks package for first and second guests in a stateroom. Okay, now the stateroom, which one is that? The suite? No. Okay, it's not the suite. The staterooms are the smaller rooms. So this is what one of the drinks packages you get. Wow. Okay, where is that drinks package? Right, here we go. In one of the drinks package, eligible deluxe package was this in the stateroom. Guests 3 and 4 received a refreshment drinks package. Okay. Eligible bookings in balcony and suite classes. You will also receive the, okay, now you get drinks packages in the smaller rooms, I think, and in the bigger rooms like the suites, you get the drinks package plus the Wi-Fi. Balcony suite classes will also receive the boom, surf and stream internet. Now that is also very good to have, because all those who aren't on the boat, you can download and send pictures straight out from wherever you are sitting on that boat. If you've got that package, that internet package. A glass in one hand and the internet in the other. Oh, well, there you go. So that is an awesome little package. Enjoy a deluxe drinks package. I would definitely take that package and that internet package, but then I have to upgrade to the suite. Well, luckily for me, I booked the suite. Now, I'm not going to say what was said in this morning's 7-button meeting about the cruise, because the cruise, yeah, no, I better not get too excited, otherwise I'll get loud and carried away again. So there are all different suites you can book. The interior, which has probably got no windows. The ocean view, which is probably like a little one of those submarine portholes. The balcony suite, where you definitely get a balcony, but if you're gonna go on a cruise and it's the very first time you're gonna go for the biggest, the suite. Okay. Now, let's book now. Only because I want to be nosy. Oh, there you go. And while you're on this cruise, you do stop at certain islands and you do go to shore. Yes. Okay. Right. As you do when you're booking anything, even flights and that, you fill in the details. Once you do that, you go continue. And here we go. Now, this is what the interior looks like. So you don't actually get a view of the sea, because I think your room, there's the balconies on the outside, because they actually get a balcony. So your room will be in, I think. Not that I've ever been on a boat, but that's what I'm thinking. So this is what the interior, and you know, it looks very comfortable. I mean, you've got two single beds there. You've got a sitting area. They're twin beds. Hey, you can actually push those together and have one king bed. There you go, royal king bed, luxury bedding. I like luxury bedding. Then you've got your TV and your telephone and the safe for your personal items. That's if you've had enough of upstairs with everybody. You can always go and have time out in your room. Now, it says here you can, so step 1, staterooms. Okay, that was for 2 adults. Then select the type of stateroom you would like, whether it's the interior, the ocean view. There we go, big window with a view of the sea. That looks quite pretty. That's probably, okay, see this? See what I mean? That window there? And those 2 drawers that was on the outside, take those out, push the beds together, put these drawers on the outside, and you look like this. That's the ocean view, okay? And the price is different slightly, but the interior and the ocean view are probably not the layout inside the room is probably the same, but one's on the outside of the boat and one's on the inside. Then you have the balcony where you can actually step outside and sit outside. See, you can go and have a seat out there, have a cup of tea, read your book if it's really thick, really fine, or see if you can see some dolphins. I don't know. You can do anything. The fact is, you're on that boat. So that is beautiful. See, it was 2 twin beds, and they push it together and becomes 1 royal king bed. The whole thing is the same throughout all the different choices of bedroom. And then you've got the suite. Now, I don't know if this is the one that Randy has got, but after the suite, there's no more other options unless it's a penthouse somewhere on the boat and it belongs to an owner. Because you know what? People actually go and buy these rooms and then they travel the world. Why not? You got everything on that boat. You got medical, you got restaurants, you've got the postal service, which is the internet. You meet and greet people. Why would you want to live on land when you've got it all there on the boat? And again, you got oh, wow, that's a big balcony, okay? That's double the size of the balcony suites. So you can go out there, sit out there. Here's your little lounge area. I'm sure this is your little kitchenette. And I think this is called a junior suite. So if there's any more suites after this, that's the suite that Randy's got. But it looks lovely. So then you select which room you're going to choose and you go continue. And then voila, here are the prices. It looks slightly different from the suite we just saw, doesn't it? Okay, now look at this, everybody. We have the junior suite, we have the grand suite, and then we have the owner's suite. I knew it. There's an owner's suite on this boat, and there's the price to go with it. Hello, Marianne. How are you? So there are different pricings. Now, like Randy and Dan Lutz have been saying, you know, get these prices now, lock it in, because as time goes by, it will either go up or it may come down. But they usually put the very cheap prices on as soon as they roll out the cruise right at the beginning, because there's hardly any bookings, hardly any passengers have booked for that cruise. So as time gets by, the cruise actually becomes more expensive. But there you go. Now, I'm not going to go and sign up now, but I just wanted to show you the different suites that are available for everybody to choose on this cruise. It's a beautiful cruise. It is. So there you go. Now, I will stop sharing. To book one of those rooms, I forgot, okay? To book one of those rooms, you have a deposit of, I think it was £150. It doesn't matter which room, as long as you, there you go. As long as you pay for your deposit, which is £150, it doesn't matter which room you are booking, whether it's the interior or the suite, okay? So, because you've got all this time, all this many months to pay it off. So that is the cruise, everybody. That is one of the cruises. There's possibly more to come, because there is no way that all the members in TBC can fit on one cruise boat. No, absolutely not. I know that they're going with any cruise, especially from countries like New Zealand, Australia, to get to that wharf, to leave on that boat, there are flights involved there and back. If there's no direct flights, there may be a layover overnight somewhere. So everybody, we all have to take that take that on board, knowing that it may take long. It's not just a straightforward trip for people who are flying in from overseas. Maybe, just maybe, a TBC cruise, circles Australia, goes to New Zealand. I'll jump on it when it gets to Freo in Perth, and then get off when it comes back. So that eradicates the issue of flights. I mean, if it goes to New Zealand, we'll pick up all the TBC members in New Zealand. Who knows? It may go up to Singapore. It may go up to, well, it will be great if it goes to Singapore, actually. I've always wanted to see those two twin towers, that big hotel with the garden on top. A really good friend of mine went there. She saw that, and she said it really is beautiful. But I mean, if we're fortunate enough to get on that boat, experience all what a cruise has to offer, why not? Especially if you've never been on a cruise boat before. The truth be known, I'm actually afraid to go cruising because I can't swim. I always have this fear that the boat is going to sink, or the plane's going to fall out of the sky. A bit morbid, but that's how it is. I know it won't fall out of the sky, and I know that the cruise boat won't sink. It's just me. I just got to get over that. But I do want to experience all that cruising has to offer, and I do want to meet up with all my TBC friends one day. I know I will get to meeting them all, just like they all would like to meet everybody else as well. It's like we're on a journey, and this journey is going to go round and round and round. When I mean round and round and round, I mean not just round and round New Zealand or Australia. No, this is going to go around the world, round the world, round the world. Because we have TBC members around the world. So when that boat stops in their port, they're going to jump on this cruise. It's something that it's a goal that each and every one of us want to reach. If you ask any member, you know, what is one of the highlights of TBC? Me personally would be sharing the gift and watching the faces of the person who has just signed up, watching what they have received for nothing. But most importantly, when they ring me or message me and tell me, you know, it could be 2 days later or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days later, and they're watching their TBC, the amount of Kringle coins in their TBC word wallet grow. They always remember, because I tell them, they always remember the figure, the amount they started with. So their excitement is watching it grow. And I always say to them, can you keep this free gift to yourself, or would you share it? You know, would you share it? And they always come back with the same answer. They want to share it with their family and friends because they know the value of TBC. So I'm going to wrap it up here, my friends. I've just lost one of my computers has just gone down. So while I've got this one going, I'm going to say, Marianne said, fear is not in control. Make it a challenge and reach all your goals and dreams. Exactly, Marianne. Exactly. That is what I have to get over, the fear of I'm not going to sink. The boat's not going to sink. It's because I can't swim, and if I can't touch sand under my feet, then I'm not going to get into anything. You know, it's one of those things. You know, when I was little, as kids, we used to always go down to some river for swimming or the beach, but it's always the river. And then it's always the big kids. They pick on the little ones, the scrawny ones. I was one of the scrawny little ones. And they said, yeah, they're going to sink or swim. And in you go. They don't care. And then I'm screaming my head off. And then all I could do was going like this. I'm going to drown, I'm going to drown. And yeah, I'm the kid that nearly drowned. Most of my cousins and my family, they swim. But me, no, I just had to be the left, right out person. So I'm going to end it here today, people. Thank you, everybody, for coming to watch me today. This is Sharon Weller from Perth, Australia. Same time tomorrow, same place, and hopefully everything is going. And Joe Stevens is saying, say I'm fearless, and I'll turn fear into fuel. I'll say it now. Excuse me. But you know me. Anyway, thank you for coming, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye.